Okay, welcome once again to Team Subnote Academy. So today we are looking at this differentiation using first principle. So someone was asking, if we solve differentiation using first principle, let's say we solve something like 3x plus 2, like what we solved last. So how do we go about when we're solving it with the one that has a division sign, which is something like 1 over what x? So now today we're going to look at this so that you can also know how you'll be able to tackle this problem when it surfaces. Okay, so we're going with first principle of differentiation. So let's say we're given y is equals to what? 1 over what? S squared. We're asked to solve this using first principle. So if we're asked to solve this, it means we're going to have as s as change in s tends to what? 0. This is how it's always as. So you have to find the differential form of this when change in s tends to 0. So how do you go about this? Please do not skip this video. Just stick with me. I will show you how you solve this problem. So we now see solution. We're given y is equals to what? 1 over what? S squared. So whenever you are solving something like this, make sure you use the general method first to know what you are going to get as your last answer, because that is what I will show you the road. Do you understand? So let's go by general method now. So we are given y. We are given y is equals to 1 over what? S squared. How do you solve this? So this is the same as y equals to s raised by minus 2. So if you solve this now, this minus 2 will come here, then it will decrease by 1. So we're having y is equals to minus 2 x raised by what? Minus 2 minus 1. It means we're having y equals to what? Minus what? 2x raised by minus what? 3. So this is the differential form that we're going to have. So it's either we'll have this, because here now we're going to see how minus 2 can multiply. If minus 2 is multiplying 1 all over what? S squared. So the answer can still be minus s raised by 3. The answer can still be minus 2 all over what? S raised by what? 3. Do you understand? You see what I did there? So it's either you get this as the differential form or you get this as the what? Differential form. Both the two are the same. So let's go now. If you solve this using that method, we already know what we're going to get. It's not that we're going to manipulate anything, but we arrive at the right answer using the correct method of solving this first principle method. Okay, so now what do? We say let y equals to y plus what? Change in y. And also say let x equals to what? S plus what? Change in x. Okay, so whatever we see this, we're going to substitute that. So if we substitute now, we're having y plus change in y is equals to 1 all over what? S plus what? Change in x. And remember here s is squared, so you have to square it too. So now what do? Expand this bracket. How do we expand the bracket? You don't just say s squared then change in s squared. No. So you can say change in s then bracket s plus what? Change in x. This is how you expand the bracket. So now you are going to have s multiplied by s is s squared. S multiplied by this is what? Plus s change in x. Then s multiplied by this is plus s change in what? X. Then s change in s multiplied by this is change in what? S squared. So we're going to have this. we're going to have s squared plus 2s changing s, okay, plus changing s squared as the value we got from the expansion here. So if we substitute now, we're going to have y plus changing y equals to 1 all over this, which is what we got here after expansion, s squared plus 2s changing s plus changing x squared. Okay, you get what I'm doing. So the next step we are going to do now is to make changing y the subject of the formula. How do you do that? You take y to the other side of the equation, which is the right hand side of the equation. So, and it will remain changing what? Y, which is what? 1 all over s squared plus 2s changing x plus changing x squared, okay, minus what? Y. Okay, so it's minus y now. But remember, we know the value of y from the equation that was given to us to solve. So we can recall that y was given to be 1 over what? S squared. And if we record that y was given to be 1 over s squared, so we can now substitute for y then and continue with our solving. So now we're going to have y equals to what? 1 all over then s squared plus 2s changing x plus changing x squared minus 1 all over what? X squared. Then in mathematics, whenever you see a fraction that involves positive or negative sign, what you do is to take the LCM of the denominators, and that's what we're going to do here now. So the LCM of this and that, we're going to have changing y is equals to, what is the LCM? LCM is going to be s squared, okay, bracket s squared plus 2s changing x plus changing what? S squared. This is going to be the LCM. So that if this go against this, you're going to have s squared, which you multiply here, you're going to get what? S squared. Then minus this going against this, you're going to have this. So it will be bracket s squared plus 2x changing x plus changing what? S squared. Okay, that's what you're going to have. So let's continue. Now we're going to have, to have reached this point, you need to clear this bracket using this minus, and you will have changing y is equals to s squared minus s squared, okay, minus 2s changing x, okay, minus changing what? S squared. Then all divided by, then here you can also do the same thing if you wish to. So you have s raised power s raised power 2, let's leave it first, bracket s squared plus 2s changing x plus changing x squared. Okay, so if you look at the numerator, you can bear with me that this can go against this, and we'll have changing y is equals to what? Minus 2x changing what? S minus changing s squared, all divided by what we have here, which is s squared, then bracket s squared plus 2s changing s plus changing s squared. Okay, so now let's see go by solving further to get our last answer. We have reached this point, so we can collect like term from the denominator. So numerator, we have changing y is equals to, so what do they have in common? They have changing y, changing s in common. Can I write changing x? Okay, that's what they have in common. They have minus change in s in common. Minus change in s is what they have in common. Okay. So bracket. Now it will remain this, which is 2x. So here it will remain what? Plus what? Change in what? S. So that if you use this multiply, you're going to still get the same thing, which is what is here. Do you understand? So, or let's just leave it this way. Solve using this way. Okay, it's still the same thing. Whichever way you want it to be, it's still the same thing. So divide by. Then, in this case here now, we're going to solve by saying here should be s raised power 4. Okay, s raised power 4. Then this going against this should be plus 2 2x raised power 3 change in what? S. Then plus this going against this should be s squared change in what? S squared. Do you understand? So now we have reached this point here now. So where we are seeing this. So now what you do now is you multiply both sides by what? Change 1 over change in what? Change in S. What do I mean? You multiply this side by 1, that is change in Y. So multiply by 1 over what? Change in what? X is equals to change in X bracket minus 2x minus change in S all over what? S raised power 4 plus 2s raised power 3 change in X plus s squared change in what? S squared multiply by what? 1 over what? Change in what? F. So what do we do? Why do we do that? We want to get change in y over change in s, which is the differential form that we're looking for. So now this change in s can go against this change in s. So if we multiply this, we are going to have change in y over what? Change in what? S is going to give us minus 2x minus change in s all over what? S raised power 4 plus 2s raised power 3 change in x plus s squared change in what? S squared. Now, we're almost at the final step. Solving this now, you remember that it say as change in s tends to what? 0. It means wherever you see change in s, you put 0. So if you do that now, you're going to have change in y over change in x is equals to, if you put 0 here, it's going to remain minus 2x. Okay, all over. So if you put 0 here, this is going to be 0. This is going to be 0. This is also going to be what? 0. So now it will remain what? S raised power what? 4. Okay, so continue with this now. You know that this can go, taking this up, we have minus 2s, okay, minus 2s raised power 1 minus what? 4. Because if 4 goes up here to meet s, it becomes minus. This division sign changes to minus. So we're going to be left with minus 2s raised power minus what? 3. And this is the answer. That's what we got when we solved that. Then remember that time I told you it's either it's in this form or it's in division form. So if it's going to be in division form, we'll be having minus 2x all over what? S raised power 4, where we can remove one x here against this, it will remain minus 2 all over what? S raised power what? 3. And that's what we got that time. Do you understand? That's what we got. So this is a way you solve this type of problem. So please, if you've not been following this channel, make sure you follow from today. Follow for more questions of this type. I'm going to give you details on how to solve problems in mathematics. And also, if you are interested in physics, also follow the channel because I'm going to be dropping back-to-back video on how to solve problems on physics too. Thank you very much. Remain blessed.